Hello Internet! A quick video today to show you how to create small animation using only one interaction in bricks and a small code, CSS code that you can integrate inside your builder without using any plugin. And this is the result. I'm going to refresh the page. And you see this micro interaction and transition going on using only one interaction and a couple of utility classes. So let's go inside the builder and see the code. So I created some global CSS. By the way, the code will be inserted inside the description in a past bin, so you can just copy and paste. I'm going to explain just really quickly what I did. So I just inserted this declaration just to avoid flash of unstyled content on front end, just so our elements are opacity 0 by default. Then I created a class animate that I will trigger when the element comes inside the viewport. And you see there is an animation name, so that means that we have a keyframe related to it. The keyframe is at the end, and you see that the keyframe contains some variable that will trigger the from animation, and the from animation will be set by these utility classes. So animation left to right, right to left, top to bottom, bottom to top. That will create the origin translate 3D, and then it will animate to opacity 1 and transform 3D 0, 0, 0. So stick with me. It's really easy, but the idea is to create let's come here. It's create an animation trigger class, animation trigger. You see, we will enable it, and I set an interaction on this animation trigger class. Right? Let's see the interaction. So I set trigger enter viewport. You can of course set what you want. And it will set an attribute. The attribute is a class. The value, the class name, is animate. If we come back inside Advanced CSS, animate is this class right here. Okay? That will trigger the name, the delay, the duration, the timing, and the fill mode. Okay. That's it. It's the only thing that we need to set as interaction, right? But if you come to the element, so no, not the class, but the ID, we will go into CSS, and you see that we can set a scoped variable for the duration and the delay. In this case, since I clicked on the image, I didn't set a delay because it will trigger right at the moment of when the element comes into the viewport. But I'm setting a custom duration. By the way, let's come back to the CSS. You see that by default, if there is no delay, the delay is set to 0, and it will calculate the delay based on these variables. So if the delay is 1, it will be 1 per 200 milliseconds, and so it will be 200 milliseconds. If it's 2, it will be 400 milliseconds, etc., etc. Duration, we set a custom duration, or by default, the duration will be 400 milliseconds. Okay, so you can override with a scoped variable these delay and duration variables, right? So if I come here, so this is also the image, so no delay. But these two right here, the icon box, there is the duration, which is overwritten by 600 milliseconds, and delay 1. If I come here in the text, in the first heading, you see that the delay is now 4 because I want the animation to happen after the images. Okay, and if I go to the rich text, delay 5, icon box delay 6, delay 7, I just increase by 1, 8, and 9, you see. So all the text will be staggered by 1, by 200 milliseconds, and it will give this effect where the image will be first triggered. Then these two icon box. And when this is done, the text will be staggered one by one. Let's just repeat the animation. First the image, and then the text. And that's it. You just need this. By the way, sorry, I just missed the point. After you added for each element the animation trigger will be triggering the interaction. But to be able to decide whether you want it to animate from the bottom to top, the top to the bottom, the left to right, you just need to add the utility class. And this utility class, for example, bottom to top, refer to the code that we just insert here, bottom to top. We'll set the custom variable translate to 20 pixels from the bottom. Okay, so the from here will transfer the translate 3D to the bottom and then resolve the animation to 0 at the end with the opacity 1. Okay, so with 38 lines of code, 38 rows of code, you can now apply, and on only one interaction, you can now apply this micro animation everywhere on your website, any section, any element. You just need to remember to set the animation trigger if you want this element to have any animation, and then add which animation you want, so bottom to top, top to bottom, left to right, right to left. And that's it. Right, I hope you found it useful, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.